Well, hello and welcome back to Wheels of Interest, and today I have got news. This is a brief channel update as to where Wheels of Interest sits in May 2025. A week ago I posted 2 auction videos, and the views on those videos, although just less than 4,000, less than 5,000, was enough to tip us over into 1,000 subscribers. Now, to YouTubers, that's quite a milestone. To people that don't do YouTube, 1,000 subscribers, so what? Well, to us, it means a lot because it is endorsement of what we do. 1,000 people have felt strongly enough about the content that I make, and of course many other thousands of YouTubers out there. They feel strongly enough to press that subscribe button so that they get notified when their channel that they have subscribed to posts a new video. So what they're effectively saying is, I'm going to put this channel on my favorites list so that every time something comes up, I will be notified of it and I can watch it. And that's what subscription is all about. Basically, it's saying, I want to keep this channel in my favorites list. And we are now on the 1,000 subscribers. I think now a week later we're just over 1,030, and it was all due basically to the 2 Sheffins auction videos that I posted, and they were always popular. The very first one that I did in April 2024, I cannot believe it, in the first week had 30,000 views, and that is my most popular video to date. So far I've not topped that since, and people are still watching that video. And I've made 2 others in 2024 from Sheffins. Neither of them got to 40,000. They topped out around about 7 and 10, something like that. But it is clear that you guys are really keen on seeing the auctions, and you're seeing the events that we do, you know, the car shows and the steam rallies and what have you, because all of the videos that I post on anything like that always tops at least 4 figures in viewing numbers. So I will keep doing that, but as you know, if you are a subscriber, or if you just watch this channel regularly but don't subscribe, and incidentally, if you are a regular viewer, it costs you nothing to subscribe, so put it down, click that subscribe button so you get notified when things happen. But we you know, our channel is basically a bloke in a shed with his occasionally his son and occasionally his daughter and occasionally a couple of friends messing around with old cars, old tractors, traction engines, miniature traction engines, and anything with wheels. That's why we're called Wheels of Interest. And I cannot thank this 1,030, I think it's 1,032 subscribers as of today. I cannot thank you all enough for having faith in the channel and clicking that subscribe button and interacting with us and getting us out there. Now, with 1,000 subscribers, 2 or 3 things happen with YouTube. Everybody talks about monetization. I'm not doing this for the money, never have done, and the amount of money that you get, 1,000 subscribers, is not going to change my life. But nonetheless, there is a little bit of monetization coming my way, which is always good because it helps me to do other things with the channel and things like that, so I'm happy about that. But it also means that people take you a bit more seriously. If you've got 1,000 subscribers or 1,000 plus subscribers on your channel, people actually look at the channel and go, oh, this guy's got 1,000 subscribers, he must be doing something right, I think I'll have a look. And it starts to snowball from there. So I'm hoping that now we're over that 1,000 subscriber mark, we are going to be heading to, the next goal is going to be 5,000 subscribers, and that would be fantastic if I can get to that point, because never in a million years did I ever think that I'd get to 1,000, let alone 5,000 or possibly even more. But yeah, if you like what you see, please put that subscription down if you're a regular viewer, and if you're not a regular viewer and you want to keep up with what we do, then again, put the subscription in. It just costs you nothing. I'm not going to make any kind of member channel anytime soon. I'm just going to carry on doing the videos that I do of the stuff that we work on, and I mix it up with tractors and cars and other stuff that comes along, and basically I'm going to carry on doing what I'm doing. So as I said, this is just a small channel update, so you can see what to expect on the channel coming up in the next few weeks, what we've got going on, things that have been happening. And I'm going to start with the Mini. Now, if you remember, the last thing I did with the Mini was we were talking about the floor pan. I got the new floor pan in and it was wrong, and the heel board was way too tall because it was the heel board for a van. And so now what I've got is Motor Heritage were true to their word. I think it took 3 weeks, had Easter in the way, so fair play to them. 3 weeks, the pan was away, they put a new heel board on the pan, and we now have a floor pan that will fit my car, which is fantastic news. The only problem is that thing up there in the sky hasn't stopped shining for about 2 months. In other words, we've seen it most days for the last 2 months. We've had hardly any rain, we've seen blue sky, we've seen absolutely glorious weather for spring, and what that means is when you've got weather like this, you don't want to be in the garage. You want to be doing outdoor jobs so that you can get on with stuff that you can't do when it's bad weather. And this time last year the weather was utterly appalling. Spring was just awful, but this time we have got absolutely beautiful weather yet again. We are May the 10th and it is, you know, just it's about 20 degrees. We've not had hardly any rain, everything is dry as a bone, and that's perfect for me. I know the farmers are crying out for rain and all of that for the crops, but for me it means I can get on with loads of stuff on the fleet. But of course the poor old Mini suffers, because really this is a winter job, and you know, it's inside. If it's a rainy day or something like that, yes, I might come in and do some on here, but I haven't done anything to this because I've been waiting for the floor pan, which is now here. But we've got no rain forecast anytime soon, so although the Mini floor pan is here, it's ready to go in, I'm not going to get onto this anytime soon. But we do have the Ford Capri. Now the Ford Capri currently at the moment is not running. This is where it stopped back in the last video on this car. It overheated, we had loads of issues with it, and I had all the dashboard out, got all of the clocks and that tested. And the next video on this will be the dashboard back in, the cooling fan all wired in properly, and then we're going to look at starting to tune it to see if we can get it run better. And then we've got my big black beautiful Land Rover TD5 Defender. Now this has got its own issues. This has gone through 2 batteries in 2 years. It's getting daily use at the moment for other reasons, but at the moment I'm using it quite regularly, but the battery now has gone on it again. When it's not being used, there is quite a massive drain on the battery. There is something in the car that is draining the battery pretty much all the time, 24/7. Now on modern cars that is something that happens a lot. Now this is a 24-year-old car now, and I'm pretty sure that it is not right that it is draining the battery so quickly. I think it will drain it in a week now, but this battery on here is absolutely shot. So I've got to put a new battery on, but I don't want to do that until I've found out the cause of the drain. And not only that, I do also have another problem with it, which is intermittent, and whether I'm going to find that problem is anyone's guess. But I have an intermittent problem with the left-hand side lights, front and rear, where they blow the fuse. And the biggest problem I have with that is that that circuit runs the trailer lights. So when the trailer tail lights are on, they're running through the left-hand side light circuit and the left-hand side light fuse. And I need to find that because it's always going to fail at the wrong time. Now at the moment it's working and it's only an intermittent fault. So at some point I'm going to have to do it, but I've got to do the battery first because I can't have this vehicle let me down. I've got a slave battery on there at the moment, which is just getting me through. But I do need to find that drain before I put the new battery on, because I don't want to be in the same issue again. So that's coming up as well at some point soon. On the tractor side of things, we have got the venerable old Ford 4000. This belongs to my friend Paul. If you've not seen the videos, check those out. We have a major starting problem with this. We found out that it's the head gasket. We've done all the fuel system. It's had reconditioned injectors, it's had the tank flushed, it's had new lines, it's had new filters, it's had a reconditioned fuel pump on it. And finally we got the head off of it, which was a major operation, and it's going to be a major operation to put the head back on. We've got to take the cab off so we can get the fuel tank shifted out the way, because all of that bracketry is in the way of the cylinder head. Absolutely mad design, but nonetheless we've got to do it because this tractor's got to go back up to Norfolk where it lives, And at the moment the cylinder head is away for machining to make sure that it's flat, that the valves are all good and ground in properly and everything's good from that point of view, and a new head gasket. Not sure when it's coming back, but as soon as it comes back we will be getting on with this. The other tractor issue that we've got is the little Allis B. Now I absolutely love this little tractor. I think they're adorable little things. They're just the right size. They are fantastic machines, but we've got a problem. I tried to do some field work with this a couple of weeks ago, which I videoed, and it didn't go to plan. And I think that I've got to basically rebuild the carburettor. I don't want to buy a new one. This is an original cast iron carburettor. New ones are about £200–300. Don't really want to buy a new one because I think I'm just going to be buying rubbish. I want to use the original carburettor, and I think to get a repair kit for this is about £70 or £80. So there is a video coming out soon on the field work that I tried to do with this. It didn't go to plan, so check that out when it comes out and see what happened and what went wrong. And at some point I think I'm going to be rebuilding this carburettor with a new repair kit, getting it all cleaned in the ultrasonic cleaner, and getting this all up and running again, because it's a shame that it doesn't go properly. Now, tantalisingly, there is a tractor lurking under that black sheet, and the tractor that is under there is this year going to Wheating Steam Rally, and it hasn't run for about 3 years. So that is going to be coming up pretty soon, because we're in middle of May and Wheating is middle of July, so I've got a couple of months to get this going. And there's a lot happening on the channel, and I've got a lot to do, and work is starting to ramp up again for me now. It's that time of year for me, so I'm going to be under pressure to get this up and running. Hopefully it will start pretty well. It might need a little bit of fettling, but I'm going to keep it under wraps for now, and I'm just going to leave that to your imagination. You might want to guess what it is. It's pretty tall, as you can probably tell, and yeah, it's an unusual one. There's not many around. So keep posted for that one, and all will be revealed. My daily Jaguar is currently sawned off the road because I've swapped it out for the XK. So this is my XF. There's a video coming out on this very soon where I did a full service on it, engine service, oil, filters, etc, etc. And then there's some big news on this car, which is going to come more or less directly after that service video. And I'm not going to let on what that is, but it's partly the reason why it's sawned and off the road at the moment. Under this green sheet we have got my friend's Triumph Spitfire. Now, you may have seen glimpses of this on the channel before. It was in my 2025 What's Coming Up video, and it needs new carburettors and a couple of other things sorting out on it. And the plan really is to get this done this year if I possibly can, because it really should go back to its owner. This doesn't belong to me, it belongs to a friend of mine. And I was with him only today, and we were discussing what to do with it next. And I think the job on this next is going to be carburettors. So that's going to be coming up very soon. Whether we get the other stuff done, we'll wait to see. But keep your eyes peeled for this one. Now, I know one person that's going to be very interested in this car, and he runs a channel called Paul Life on Cars, because he's a Toyota man. And if you know your Toyotas, you probably know what you're looking at right now. Now, this belongs to my daughter Martha, and it needs new brake calipers on the front, of various other things as well. She's currently off the road, has been for over 12 months. It needs an MOT and other things, and my daughter Martha is desperate to get it back on the road, but she just can't quite afford the brake calipers for it. So her birthday was a month or so back, and I said, look, let's get this car back on the road. I'll pay for your brake calipers for your birthday. So that's what's happening with this. You've not seen it on the channel before, maybe a glimpse, perhaps not, I can't remember exactly, but this Toyota Supra will soon be coming up on the channel in the next couple of months. So if you want to see this fantastic machine, then subscribe to our channel and you'll see it pop up. This old girl needs a service. I thought it needed new brakes because it had a binding brake, but I've been using this just recently and the binding brake seems to have gone away, so I'm not going to worry about it. In other words, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I've got enough to do. But she does need a service. I haven't changed the oil on this for a couple of years, or the filter, so that's going to need doing, so I'll put that on the channel at some point. And I think also my daughter Martha wants to drive it over the summer, so it's important that we get that working for her, and so she can enjoy it. I drive it a little bit, but I've got so many other things to be getting on with. I'm happy for her to take it on, but we've got to get it serviced, so that's coming up too. As far as the shows are going and the auctions and what have you, we've got Cheffing's coming up in July. That'll be the next vintage auction that's coming along. Then we've got the one in October. We'll be going to both of those. We were going to Heveningham Hall Country Show, which is in Suffolk, but there's a change of plan on that. It's probably a bit too expensive for us to trek all the way down there this year. There's a few issues with it as well, which I wasn't too happy when I got the entry forms. It's maybe something I'll go into in another time. So what we're going to stick with this year is we're going to stick with Weeting. That's the show, the next show that we're going to be doing. That comes up in July. That's Weeting Steam Rally. It's a fantastic day out. If you're going to get that way, then it's up in Weeting in Norfolk, near Brandon, right on the Norfolk-Suffolk border. It's a really fabulous weekend. It's a 3-dayer. So we're going to be there with one of the tractors. And I think also the steam engine is going to be there too, the miniature. We're also going to go to Shelsley Walsh Lucas Classic Hill Climb, which is at the end of June. Me and a friend are going to make the trek over there to see that, so that should be a good day out. We're going to be at Stockfold Mill in October. We're going to be at Old Warden at Shuttleworth for the Bedfordshire Steam Fair in September. And if anything else comes along, I'll be sure to let you know. But that's what we got planned. So if there's anything in that little lot that grabs your interest, then click that subscribe button. I think there's about 75% of the people that view the channel are not subscribers, and you see this so often on YouTube videos. So many people watch the videos but actually they're not subscribed, and it would make such a difference to us if you could do that, because it gets us out there. It makes the algorithm get the videos out to people that would be interested in what we do. 1,000 people say that my content is worth watching. So if I can get 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4 plus, it would be even better. 25% of them are 1,000, then I've got at least another 3,000 people that want to look at our videos. So yes, click that subscribe button. Like the video, share to your friends, make any comments. If there's anything you want to see, if there's any particular shows around our area, we're in the east of England, I live near Cambridge, and we get around if we can. We don't go too far afield north, we do travel west and south and to the east coast. But if there's anything particular you want us to do, you want us to review or go and look at, then drop a line in the comment section and say what you want to see on the channel, because you know I'm making the content for you guys. You guys are clicking on it and watching it, which is fantastic. And yeah, I just want to say thanks again to all the people that have subscribed. I can't thank you enough for everything so far. 16 months we've been at this. It all started with the Jimny, and we're up and running with the channel, and it's going brilliantly, and I couldn't be happier. So thanks again. Don't forget, click that subscribe button, click the like button, share to your friends, make a comment. Until next time, take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.